The medieval castle in the town of Forbach has seen its share of turbulence through the ages, but this is the first time its tower has been illegally occupied by frustrated fathers, like Patrick and Frédéric.
We have no other alternative but to scream out our love for our children. We're climbing this tower to send a message.
Both men belong to the Fathers Movement, a group that's growing fast in France. It's made up of divorced men who've lost custody of their sons and daughters. Patrick is only allowed to see his son, 9-year-old Alessio, for 2 weekends a month. He says that's much too little.
When I'm
feeling really terrible, I look at photos like this one, and my heart beats faster. Then I know I have to fight for him. My son is my life. He's a part of me. I can't imagine life without him. He's the only person who brings me happiness and joy.
When his wife left him, Patrick had to sell the family home. He had a nervous breakdown and had to give up his job as a bus driver. Seeing his son so seldom added to his woes. Alessio goes to school near his father's home, but the boy's mother has forbidden him from having lunch at his dad's place.
I'm perfectly capable of looking after my son. I always find something for us to do together. My ex-wife can't dispute that. I shower my son with love. And the people around me see that I treat Alessio very lovingly.
Patrick's relationship with his ex-wife has been poisoned by anger and disappointment. He no longer wants to negotiate with her directly. Patrick is now seeking a joint custodial agreement through the courts. That would mean Alessio would live with both his mother and father on alternating weeks. In 2002, France became the first European country to legalise the alternating custodial model. It was designed to put fathers and mothers on a more equal footing. But many women are against it. Paris-based lawyer Marie-Hélène Mathieu-Dakis represents mothers who are fighting joint custodial rulings.
Often children have to move away, sometimes twice, sometimes changing schools as well. Moving back and forth between the parents is an additional burden, especially when the parents are fighting and when each of them has begun a new life. That's too much for a child.
Patrick and his friends dispute those arguments. They're convinced that regular contact with both parents is essential for children. But French judges usually disagree. In 80% of cases, they grant the mother full custody. Both Patrick's and Frédéric's cases were dismissed.
When a couple separates, most French families believe that the mother is the best person to take care of the child. The judges are just people, and they also have prejudices. In addition, the judges have no time to examine each case thoroughly. So they tend to stick to the traditional model.
In countries like Belgium, the Czech Republic and Italy, mothers and fathers today are often given equal consideration in terms of custody. Children of divorcees who alternate their time between both parents are the rule there, rather than the exception. In France today, fathers are expected to play greater roles in child rearing.
Fathers have changed. They're a much stronger presence in their children's lives now. They're often present at the birth. They push prams and carry the babies around in slings. That's part of being a father today. And after a separation, it's extremely difficult to decide which parent the children should live with exclusively.
Patrick and Frédéric say children become unhappy when separated from their fathers. Their banner reads, "Our children need fathers as much as their mothers." To get their message across, The men are prepared to resort to extreme measures, including spending a whole night exposed to the elements on a tower.